for those that need our assistance, that may be facing jeopardy or administrative separation, that he cares about all Marines and sailors within the battalion, within the Corps. And with that, the wise counsel and advice that he's provided, not just for his peers or his seniors, but for subordinate Marines and sailors everywhere. And his reputation, it's not just strong in the battalion, but it's throughout MCI West, across Camp Pendleton, and throughout the Corps, when you mentioned Sergeant Major Rose's name. And these aren't just words. It became very apparent to me last summer when I came in, and I had senior leaders from other units come up to me and tell me how fortunate I was to have Sergeant Major Rose on the team because of his reputation, because of the impact that he has on the Corps. And it's not just about who you know, but about that influence, that positive influence. And Sergeant Major Rose, you've made that influence for the battalion and for the Corps. So you should have no doubt when you walk away today of the impact that you've had for all of us. And as a family, you know that. For everyone here in attendance, you're probably attending because you already know that. But what you've done for us is nothing short of spectacular. And I'm thankful for the mentorship and guidance that I've received from Sergeant Major Rose over the last year. Most grateful because of what he's provided, not just the battalion, but myself. And I look back and I was kind of hearing remarks. I thought, nothing truer than I can consider myself a better Marine having served with you in the battalion better because of what you've done for us. So the takeaway, and no surprise, is that Sergeant Major Rose's service over 28 years has been nothing short of spectacular. Set the example of the highest degree of honor, dignity, and respect for those who serve with. All the while he's been able to achieve that with a balance of support for his family and the Corps. But he's not done yet. He'll continue to serve his community, perhaps the military, but our country, and a proud member of society. And again, we have to remember today is not all about Sergeant Major Rose, but for Sergeant Major Darmstadt. I'm proud to welcome you here to the battalion, to the MCI West team, to Camp Pendleton. You've got a stellar reputation. I know you're going to do great things for us and for the Corps. So with that, congratulations, Sergeant Major Rose, and welcome, Sergeant Major Darmstadt.
Good morning, Commanding General. Thank you for coming out. Sergeant Major Hackett, Sergeant Major Meza, commanders, officers, staff NCOs, friends, family, guests. I want to say it's hard following up after Sergeant Major Rose. Sergeant Major Rose has that sterling reputation, and everybody knows him from coast to coast, even overseas, about what a great reputation he has. Now, Sergeant Major Rose reminds me of that old lion that sits on top of the hill with his sage knowledge and his calm, quiet demeanor. He just makes things happen. And pretty soon he's going to be that sage lion wearing civilian attire and a beard. Because for some reason, whenever enlisted Marines retire, they all grow a beard. I don't understand it yet, but in about 3 more years I'll figure it out. Okay, so Sergeant Major Rose has done phenomenal things for the battalion. Him, Colonel Antikyre, Lieutenant Colonel Carter have laid down a tremendous foundation, and I plan on jumping right on that foundation and building upon the foundation and being a part of the team. My goal while we're here at Headquarters Support Battalion is to build a family and be part of a family and be a part of something that's real, unique, genuine, and sincere, and it's already there. So all I got to do is go ahead and at least maintain the status quo, which can be tough to do following after Sergeant Major Rose. Now, I will say that I plan on and intend on building upon those Marine 101 things. I plan on doing a PFT, the CFT, the Rifleman, the Pistol Range, the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, and focus on things that make us the elite warfighters that the American people demand and deserve. That's what being a Marine is all about. It's not just coming in at 7:30 and punching clock at 16:30. We've got to hit all those other Marine wickets that make us the most elite warfighting force on the face of planet Earth. And I will say to the Marines and sailors, I expect great things from you. It's great to see that we're still upholding history, customs, courtesies, traditions, and this ceremony in accordance with Marine Corps Proper 5060.20 Delta. It would change it 1 through 4. That's what we do as Marines. So with that being said, I plan on getting to know each and every Marine in the battalion. I plan on working on our professional relationships and being a part of something that's genuine and sincere. So once again, Marines, look forward to seeing you. I'm going to be out and about starting next week. I'm going to go ahead and shake everybody's hand and look you in the eyes and tell you what I expect from you, and you tell me what you expect from me. So look forward to working with all your warfighters. So with that being said, today it's not about me. It's about honoring Sergeant Major Rose and his dedication to the battalion over the last 2 years, and his 28 years of honorable and faithful service. I know I'm the opening act, and you guys are waiting for the headliner, so I'm going to go ahead and end this thing real quick. Okay, so Marines, Semper Fidelis, Semper Fortis, have a day for our God, country, corps, keep out of the highest positions. Look forward to you working with each and every one of you. Sergeant Major Rose, hoorah.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a selfie with you guys. And I'm going to take a selfie with you guys. All right. I was choking up. You know what? I was choking up during the ceremony. So, well, first of all, Sir General Perez, Sergeant Daggett, thanks for coming. And for everybody else, I'm not going to do the senior list. Hey, everybody that came here today, I can't tell you how much that means to me. I see a lot of people over there, and I see some empty seats. We could have closed it in a little bit. Someone wasn't taking charge. So, yeah. So I was choking up during the ceremony, right when the band stopped in the middle and they started to do their thing. That's when I started choking. Got some goosebumps. It's not bittersweet. This is sweet. This is sweet. I can't tell you how I've enjoyed myself over the 28 years. I don't know who the CO was talking about in his speech. You know, there was ups and downs. There was some rough times. You know, I wasn't always a perfect Marine. I don't think anybody ever is. I mean, there was definitely some ups and downs. But at the end of the day, I'm standing before you, a father, a husband, and I'm proud of that. And wow. So, all right. I want to thank some organizations. I'm going to point out organizations, not necessarily people. You know who you are. I want to thank you. I'm going to start off with the MCCS team that support the battalion. You got Marine Corps Family Team Building. Under that, you got the Family Advocacy, so Behavioral Health people, Substance Abuse Center, the Marine Intercept Program. You have the Transition Readiness Team, which helps out Marines when they're getting out of the Marine Corps. They do a phenomenal job at doing that and setting them up for success. We have Backyard Benefits here, who sponsors our battalion. And I don't know where they're getting this money, but they throw tons of money at these young Marines. To the point where you have to, like, yeah, you can't give them that much money. You can only give them this much money. So there's some rules along with that. So Backyard Benefits, thank you. Armor Alike, they're going to feed you, right? They also sponsor the battalion, and they're going to feed you right after this. So I think they got some tri-tip and chicken. They always participate in our ceremonies within the battalion, and they make it just that much better. And so please thank them and their crew. They're all volunteers over there. It's right across the street when we go over there to eat, so please thank them for what they do. Ladies of the Vine, they do baby showers for the battalion. So pregnant Marines and spouses, they offer up baby baskets. They give away car seats, all kinds of stuff, just to get those parents started on the right track. You know, I personally know how hard that is financially, and they get them started pretty quick, so kind of a jump start. So I want to thank Ladies of the Vine. I'm not sure if Vance is here, but out on Oceanside, the veteran, there she is, Veterans Association out there. They assist Marines in the transition process also, and in hard times. They give them a lot of help right out there on Oceanside on Mission Avenue. And they've helped me personally, and I appreciate that, so thank you for that. USO aboard Camp Pendleton, they're always providing great services for Marines. Again, transition, setting those young Marines that are getting out of the Marine Corps up for success. And they do a great job at that. And they just opened us the first one on a Marine Corps base right over here, the USO. So those are the organizations, and then now I have some personal, and those were all personal relationships with those folks, but I have some daily contact with some of these guys. And I want to thank and point out, I have 3 first sergeants in this battalion. First Sergeant Johnson with the Bravo Company, First Sergeant Correa with H&S Company, and First Sergeant Humphreys with Alpha Company, and they do the dirty work. They run this battalion and they run their companies with ease, and I couldn't have asked for better leaders. They work directly with me in trying to get momentum within the battalion and make sure that the Marines are taken care of. And they have the forked tongue, so they have, when the Marines in trouble, they're, hey, we should hammer them. When the Marines doing good, hey, we should pat them on the back. So they're getting all of that going on, and they do a great job at it. And they've helped me do my job, and I've learned a lot from them. So first off, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And they put this ceremony together. So what you see out here is not typical. This is an NCO parade. These are all E5s and below. Young Marines with about 4 or 5 years in the Marine Corps. Typically, this is ran by staff NCOs, senior staff NCOs, gunnery sergeants, master sergeants, and things like that with upwards of 20 years in the Marine Corps. I was confident, and I wanted to showcase the abilities of the young Marines, that we could trust them to lead the future Corps. And we should trust them to do things like this whenever we need them to do it, to include going into country and fighting the enemy. They are still the backbone of the Marine Corps. So please give them a round of applause. And that young Marine standing right up, she's actually behind the color guard right now. Sarah Martinez is doing a phenomenal job along with the staff. Master Sergeant Gray, who is will always be my narrator, or used to always be my narrator. She has a calm voice, will almost make you feel warm and fuzzy, if you could use that, when she's talking. She's always been a great narrator, and I handpicked her for that one. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Master. I want to thank the MCI West staff. So your staff has always supported the battalion. We worked on some communication issues, but we have always got what we needed to make the battalion what it is. And so, if there's anybody here from the MCI West staff, I want to appreciate that. It's our hired headquarters. They run Camp Pendleton and many other bases in the area, and they do great at making this thing work. I have my own battalion staff. The S1 shop, the security manager, the legal team. I know you're out there, I see you. They have made, I would say, my job and the CO's job pretty easy. They come with the right solution. They have a problem, they always have a solution. They always offer the solution, and it's usually spot on. So appreciate that for the battalion staff. All right, Mr. Petey. So that gentleman over there with the gray hat. This guy has been setting up ceremonies. He does all the logistics. He's designated as our education officer. I don't know how many Marines you've sent through education programs, but you do some phenomenal ceremonies. And I'll tell you what, he's a retired Master Gunnery Sergeant, 30 years, and he has served, how many years are we at now? So 45? Holy smoke. 45 years, and he's been doing ceremonies. He's about to retire next month. I'm sorry. First sergeant, you're going to have to take on the ceremony. Hey, Mr. Petey, you're an awesome man, and I appreciate it, and I love you. 1st Marine Division Band. The reason why this ceremony is happening on a Thursday versus a Friday is I got trumped, and they weren't going to be able to show up on a Friday, so I moved my ceremony to Thursday, and here they are. So please give them a round of applause. I want to thank my XO and his wife, Allie. You guys are, just the command team in general. We get the CO, myself, we're always joking around, having a good time. That makes it fun. we go back and forth, we share stories, and some of the Marines that get in trouble, it's like, you would think after 28 years you wouldn't hear anything new, it's like the same old stuff. But every once in a while, we get these Marines that just kind of shoot for the stars, and it's like, wow, and so we'll sit back and we'll laugh, and okay, what are we going to do about this, and how are we going to handle it, and all that stuff, and we always come up with a solution every single time. And it's been a pleasure working with you, sir, and I appreciate that. And Ali, I'll see you on Saturday, and it's been a pleasure knowing you. To my CEO, my commanding officer, and I want to talk, let me talk about Colonel Caldero first. He couldn't be here today. He's fighting war somewhere that we don't, secret stuff. So he couldn't make it out of here from Florida. I've been lucky enough to have some great commanding officers. I've always gotten along with them. I've always had a good time with them. But my last two, Colonel Caldero was a great man, and he was missed, and I'm sad he couldn't be here today, but it was a great relationship. And then I get lucky again, and I get Colonel Anzakar, and we see eye to eye on almost everything. And when he doesn't see eye to eye with me, he's usually wrong. And so, and he feels that pain. So I'm the one. I would definitely say I told you. And so your wife, yeah, you got a phenomenal family, and he'll be retiring next year sometime. And he's been asking me about my transition process. It is harder to get out of the Marine Corps than it is to stay in, believe it or not. So he's been watching the pain, the agony that I've been going through, trying to just retire. That's all I want to do, is really retire. And so, sir, it's been a pleasure working with you, and I think we're going to be friends for forever. So I appreciate that, and I will always stay in contact with you. Mom and Dad. All right, this is when my mom cries. I might cry. It's going to be good. I was blessed to have parents that cared, that brought me up with values that were, morals that were on point. They would do the right thing, work hard, and you would get what you deserve. And I didn't really follow that. And I fought the system for a little while, but I made a decision to join the Marine Corps right during Desert Storm, and they thought I was losing. But like, you lost your mind. And Desert Storm ended, and I was still in boot camp. And if you talk to them, they're like, I can't believe you turned out the way you did, because I was not the greatest teenager. But I always had those values. I've always had, that's what I learned from them. That's what I got from them. They pass that on, and hopefully I pass it on to the kids. Because what great examples of parents. I couldn't ask for anything more. You've been there my entire life, and I can't thank you enough for what you've instilled in me. So thank you very much, and I love you. To my And right next to them, I have my in-laws, Ellen and Susan. Thank you for giving me your daughter. And you supported our family, just as much, and I love you, and thank you for being here. And I got my uncle, my dad's brother, Pat, and his wife, Rhonda, my aunt. And I want to thank you for traveling down and coming with us. It's pretty awesome to see you, and thank you for that. And for the rest of the family, I see some brother-in-laws and some sister-in-laws and some friends. I appreciate you coming out here today. And to my kids, Chris, Maddie, Jack, Mason, Luke, and Leanne, welcome. Wow, you guys have been great. You make me laugh every day, not necessarily at home, but I laugh when I go to work. Some of the stuff you do. Very, very creative kids. My son, Chris, is a musician, and he's done some just unbelievable stuff. My daughter Maddie's she be a volleyball player. She's a volleyball player, club volleyball, outside hitter, and she's amazing, and I love you. Jack and Mason, very creative individuals. They are all over the video game scene, that's for sure. But man, my son Jack just won a short film for Southern California. He did a short movie and won first place in that. And then my son Mason is an unbelievable artist. And my son Luke, you're up and coming. We don't know what, but he is smart. He is smart. He's a whip, boy, I tell you. He's an awesome kid. And to my wife, babe, I am in love with you as the same as the first day I met you. I'll never forget that. And I can't wait for what comes next. I truly love you and what you do for our family. You are the backbone of everything that happens in that family. You are the engine that makes it run. That's for sure. Without you, I don't know that I would be standing here. That is the truth. I don't know that I'd be standing here today without you. So you pushed, and you pushed. You got me through some trying times, and you're always there. And I want to thank you. I appreciate it. Man, Sergeant Major Darmstadt, we had a crappy turnover. The reason why is because that man, Sergeant Major Mesa, planned his retirement last week, and it's definitely your fault, man, because I couldn't get him where I needed him to get in order to teach him what this battalion was about. But hey, if you need me, I'm right outside the gate. I'm not going anywhere, and that's the God's honest truth. I know you don't even have your email set up. I couldn't send you anything, but whatever you need, I'm here for you. And so the many other friends that I have in the crowd, and I see quite a few, and I see you, I want to thank you. I've had some longtime friends. I have some childhood friends in the crowd right now. Misty, kindergarten, right? Holy smokes. Kindergarten, and many others. And Marines, I thank you for letting me serve this battalion for the past couple years. And I want to thank the Corps, and I'm very grateful that the Corps allowed me to stay as long as they've allowed me to stay, and I appreciate it. So with that being said, I love you all. Semper Fidelis.
Ladies and gentlemen, the family of Sergeant Major Rose are now being presented the following Certificate of Appreciation. United States Marine Corps Certificate of Appreciation presented to the Rose family for unselfish, faithful, and devoted support throughout your loved one's distinguished career. As the family of a Marine, you bore the hardships of separation and moves that come with being a part of a Marine family. Today, your larger Marine family wants to recognize your high character, unselfish and caring nature, and mature attitude. Sergeant Major Rose's contribution to our Corps was made possible in part because of you. Unlike your loved one, you were not a volunteer, but just like your loved one, your contribution to the nation is significant. Our Marine Corps and the fellow citizens of this nation are indebted to you and grateful. Enjoy the freedoms that Sergeant Major Rose has fought for, your family embraced, and our country holds dear. You are most deserving. On behalf of all Marines, I say thank you and Semper Fidelis. Philip G. Antikyre, Colonel, United States Marine Corps, Commanding Officer, Headquarters and Support Battalion, Marine Corps Installations West, Marine Corps Base, Camp Pendleton, California. Now taking his position in the reviewing area is Colonel Philip G. Ansakaya.
March the command and review.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, please rise as the colors pass in front of your position and remain standing for anchors away and the Marines hymn.